A new player is fucked.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Foresight channel. And yeah, with a very, very interesting topic today, the murder count system change. Or in general, the criminal system will change, and Henrik talked a lot about the new player experience and stuff like that, and that murderers need more consequences. I mean, many veterans just look in to kill noobs, and yeah, Henrik realized that, and I guess that they want to do something against that. So let's hear Henrik's statement to all of that. He talked about that for longer, but I included just all the infos and just make it a compact version, so it's still a little bit long. I'm sorry for that, but there was no other way to compress it even further.
New players being able to identify murders is a big step. Adding red names back would be a huge leap. So in most cases, a new player is fucked either way, right? If they run into a murderer or whatever veteran that wanna kill them, that's gonna happen. There's no way avoiding that if they're out there in front of a murderer, right? No matter what color you see on them. Obviously, over time, when they learn and they can adapt and escape and counter it, then obviously that's gonna help, right? So yeah, we are actually looking at several updates to the criminal system along with the zone rules being added to the game world. We are looking to possible change, so you will be able to see a tag if this is a big time murderer. You know, there are pros and cons behind them, and we tried both ways from Mortal 1, from UO and Mortal Online 2. So we are evaluating, trying to find the best system possible here. They all have pros and cons, I think, and no matter what we go, when we are on that path, there will always be requests on moving the other direction and vice versa. It was the same thing in Mortal 1. Mortal 1, we actually copied UO 100%, and people were not very happy. They complained non-stop on the cons with that system, understandable so. It's an old system. It wasn't perfect in UO either, but it was the system we got to know back then, right, that played it. So people felt at home, obviously, having the same rules in Mortal 1. But like I said, there's a lot of things when people say, well, how the hell do he knows that I'm a murderer? I murdered them outside in the world. How do they know that I murder? You know, there's always these many questions that obviously are arguing against some of the rules, right? But hopefully I think that what we have pinpointed with most of the data pointing towards and where the issues occur, I think we can have a pretty good upgrade that makes it more clear for everyone playing the game with the Epic Game patch. And some of it starts a little bit already with the TC patch. I mean, obviously, as you know, we weren't sure about the bounty system, if that was going to work, but now when we see there it's gonna work, we just need to expand on it and finalize it. The point was that with those rights, you will see your bounty target as a red target, right? And know that you have the killing rights for that person, no matter where you are in the world. You're kind of a little bit above the law in common cities, right? And obviously, if everyone is running around with red names because they're murderers, you know, it interferes with that one. Maybe we can have a different tone of the reds to separate them and still have some of that. But you see, there's several components that kind of struggle a little bit against each other's when it comes to finalizing some of those systems that people are looking forward to have finalized also, such as the bounty hunting system. So make bounty target orange. Orange is your enemy flag. So we already use orange for declared wars. Any nation declared war enemy is orange. Being bounty hunted and banking sucks. Yeah, that's one of the consequences for going murderer, right? Casper, boom, 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 man. Keep the new players in Haven till they're ready. That only works to a degree because you only experience one side of the game on Haven, right? And that's, you all understand what I mean with that. It completely changes when you leave security out in the world in a dungeon and there's a crazy madman in front of you. They never get to experience that whatsoever, and they don't even know what that means and entails. How dangerous is it? How do you adapt from it? It's like, good day, I'm from space, clueless at the first experience, right? So that's something players need to adapt to and learn and experience from. But we want them to do that without getting your face smacked, lose everything, get, you know, disgruntled from the game and quit the game. That's not how we want to introduce the new players. I don't think anyone, you know, would think that is a good idea. So obviously, again, it's our responsibility to make sure that a new player obviously have to learn that they will die, they will lose items, and they have to learn and adapt that the items doesn't matter if you lose them because you can always replace them easily, either by yourself or using the market and play interaction, exactly what we want to promote, right? And if, as long as they go past that and understand that, well, there will be murders, there will be people to hate, and it's also part of the game, right? Because if there's no one to be afraid of or hunt or fight against, you know, there's a little less interaction in that category, right? So it all fits It's just that we need to make sure that a new player get to learn, okay, so this is how the game plays and you can do all this and that, and I don't have to cry and think I lost all my hard work because I died and lost everything when I stepped out here, or if I forgot about how to use my storage and bank, that you shouldn't obviously walking around carrying all your goods or all your gold coins out in the wild. So yeah, but I'm quite sure that 99% of all of us in here agrees and understand and acknowledge that it's important that we introduce new players to the game in a proper way, or as good as possible, to make sure that they give the game a fair chance before deciding, right? It's very important for the growth of the population. I mean, even though we're growing now, it's very exciting to see. We also see that obviously there's a lot of new players that they don't get to see what the game has to offer. They don't have a clue what the game has to offer. Obviously if they haven't read up about the game, which also the majority doesn't do today. They just jump into the game, they watch a little trailer or something, and then jump into the game and expect it to be something MMO, WoW-ish, whatever they've heard from other players, right? So our responsibility to make sure that they give a pleasant introduction, and hopefully we'll get to taste a little bit of the depth in the various areas and see that this game has more to offer, more than just one single area of the game. You literally send them into the game with hardly anything. Yes. I mean, it's also part of the MMORPG elements, right? You start weak as a nobody, poor, and then you start your journey. You learn, you educate, you gain knowledge, you get stronger, you get professions, you make money, you learn, make friends or foes. It's an amazing journey. And there are few games in the world that offer this in that degree that Mortal Online offers it. I mean, in most games, it's like World of Warcraft, you're the hero, right? You're the one to save the world, and the next one behind you is the same hero, and you're always the strongest, best, the hero. It's not really Mortal Online, right? You are a nobody when you start, you're not the hero, and that's quite the difference, right? But it's also one of the cool things, because you can be somebody and make a name for yourself, become famous, discover things no one else have done. You're the true champion when you go through these steps over time in Mortal Online, and that's one of the beauty that we offer that actually, So, but it's a balance, right? Because everyone have learned from WoW. You are the hero. You're saving the world no matter what. Even though you're first starting with killing a pig and then collect 5 flowers and so on. And the thousands of players behind you do the exact same thing. You're all losers and we like it. I mean, you see what I mean, right? We start as nobodies and then we can make a name for ourselves in different ways. And it's a beautiful thing, right? And it's cool to see players make a name for themselves and get famous for various things. It's awesome to see.
I don't know what Star Wars will exactly change from that, or what system they want to implement there to tell a new player that if they just get ganked at the graveyard, that this is not a problem, then he can take his stuff back fast because he knows how to farm and stuff like that. But how do you want to educate the new players to do that? I mean, I often get comments that the murder system in Mortal is a joke because there are no consequences for murderers. I mean, you have the consequence that you can't go into a city when your reputation is low. But what I also think is a very huge problem is the thing like, if I'm going outside the city, I'm getting killed by someone, and then 5 minutes later, he's just standing beside me and taunting me for having my steel armor now. and the interesting thing about that is this is just something people get very mad about. And my personal idea, my personal solution for that is, if you got killed by someone or by a group of people, then you have the right to kill them wherever you fucking are. So just for example, Spätznat killed you, then you can kill Spätznat everywhere, every time, doesn't matter where he is, but just one time. You have the right to kill him one time because he killed you once. And if he have killed you twice, then you have the right to kill him everywhere twice. Like a revenge system, you know what I mean? Then the whole discussion would not be so toxic, and people at least have a chance to get revenge or something like that. This also would bring more consequences for murderers without magical barriers and stuff like that. And this was just an idea. Yeah, the idea is also a lot of problems. Every idea is also also all the time a lot of problems, but maybe it's a solution, just maybe. Anyway, the much more interesting thing, leave your opinion about the murder system and what you want to change with the murder system in the comments for Starworld and me. That would be fucking awesome. Anyway, I wish you safe travels and please leave a like and subscribe. This would be fucking awesome. So special thanks to all the supporters, of course, Carmel, Professor Lukario, the Spice Gentleman, Slav Game, Rhonus, Paarthurnax, Cologne, Bulldog, Canopo, you and all the others, of course. Whew, that was pretty fast. And never forget to woodcut hard. Party hard. See you all next time. Goodbye.